for the opening season game, a home opener for the Lake Orion Dragons girls varsity basketball team. They are going to face off with the Lutheran Northwest Crusaders. David Siseski on the call with my colleague Justin Dirks. Justin, keys tonight for the Lake Orion Dragons.
I think the keys for tonight's game, Dave, is just simple. It's just, be yourself, be comfortable, own it. I think you got it. Play, don't turn the ball over too much. Handle yourself on defense, handle yourself on offense. I think they'll play great tonight.
Obviously, Lake Orion last season 8-12 under Coach Bob Bridges. His first season as the varsity head coach, obviously worked for the JV team as well, but a lot of players left last season, so it's a different look for the Lake Orion Dragons, but there's a lot of balance, Justin. We talked about that earlier. Offensively, defensively, some keys also for them is going to be on that defensive end, right? Just making sure they're playing sound defensively as well as offensive. But first, why don't we get into some of the referees tonight, the officials, Greg Hamilton, Dennis Rux, and Michael Blond. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. The opening game of the season and home opener for the Lake Orion Dragons. Now, Justin, we talked last season, 8-12. Different than last year, but there's a lot of balance, something to build on off your first year if you're Coach Bob Bridges.
Yeah, definitely going into your second year, I think building cohesiveness. You got a lot of young players on this team. I think everybody needs to learn to work together, and by next season, end of this season, you'll be great.
Tip one by the Crusaders and out of bounds. This will be a Lake Orion basketball. Just underway, the home opener and season opener. Baseline pass in for Lake Orion. Trying to break that press, gets it over half court. Three-point shot for Lake Orion. First shot of the game, that's good. Lake Orion looking good. That's Megan Marshall. Put her down for 3 points.
Great shot, stood up, got the stance correct, open, perfect.
Crusaders looking to answer on offense. Lake Orion up 3-0 early on in the first quarter. An opening game of the season.
I'm liking the defense, almost a good steal early. Want to get these turnovers started.
And that could be a key as well as that one goes out of bounds. Going to stay with the Crusaders. But the pressure that they're putting on right now, the intensity, you can definitely tell they're amped up for this opening game of the season. Crusaders
Absolutely.
Looking to answer.
Look how far up she is.
Lake Orion putting on the pressure, putting on real heavy. As not able to move the ball up at all. Steal by Lake Orion, driving the ball up, knocked down. Not too sure if we got a call, but that's actually going to be off Lake Orion. So like the aggressiveness there, we just want to clean it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
And you want to make those mistakes early on in the season as you grow.
Absolutely, yeah. You grow, you mature, you learn to, trust your teammates. You learn to pass the ball when you need to and drive when you have to. Figure out who your playmakers are.
We got a foul on Lake Orion, number 12, Casey Lauer, putting on some pressure there. So Coach Bob Bridges will tell her to step back a bit there. 3-0, Lake Orion over the Crusaders of Lutheran Northwest.
I'm interested to see how good they do tonight without Kendall Robertson out. I know she's a key part of this team. We'll see what happens.
Crusaders, and that is down and one. Nice play. That's Nicole Shore. Count it and a foul. Way to answer there for Nicole Shore of the Crusaders. Really, you can't do much more than you did right there if you're Lake Orion defensively. You stand your ground, but just a nice play.
Great play. And you like the bounce. That was 3 bounces?
Free throw up, it's good. We got a tie ball game, 3-3. Inbound pressure there from the Crusaders. Lake Orion trying to break this press.
I like Lutheran with the double team.
Well, that's it right there. Putting on that pressure, trying to force a turnover, but Lake Orion does get the ball over half court. That's thrown in by Megan Marshall. Marshall to Grace Vukalic. And knocked out of bounds is number 12 for the Crusaders, Nicole Shore. So defensively for both teams, real strong early on, sitting at 3 apiece.
This is really going to prove their stamina. If they're putting this much pressure early, how long can they do this before who gives in first?
Casey Lauer, pass over to Grace Vuklic. Lake Orion trying to answer on the offensive end. Ooh, good defensive pressure applied by the Crusaders, and they'll get the steal there and bring it up past half court. Drive by the Crusaders, thrown to the baseline. But they're right there. They're right in, the defenders there for Lake Orion right where they need to be as we got a foul. No continuation. That foul on the floor.
Lake Orion foul number 34, Megan Marshall.
That's going to go to Megan Marshall. That's her first.
And 13 foul.
As Crusaders will inbound the ball here. Tied at 3 apiece. Three-pointer up. Hits the backboard a little too strong, but the Crusaders come away with the offensive rebound. Good tie up there by Lake Orion, and we'll have a change of possession. So showing the intensity and aggressiveness there on defense, getting the turnover, and ball's back in their hands.
Don't get me wrong, great possession for the Crusaders. They did everything right. Just Lake Orion's a little bit better there.
Lake Orion trying to break that press again. Brings it up past half court. Now they can start their offense. Casey Lauer. Over to Megan Marshall. Over to Melissa Normand. Back over to Marshall. Marshall at the top of the key. Three-pointer blocked there. Good job by the Crusaders. Nicole Shore, we've said her name time and time again early on in this first quarter.
Yeah, we're going to be saying it some more here, especially on offense. Look at her.
Shore, nowhere to go there, but able to break the press as they'll reset and get a play going. Good defense there by Lake Orion again. They're just not letting up. They're right in your face, right when you get the ball. And there they go again, trying to tie up. Crusaders,
great pressure
away, and Lake Orion with the steal. And stolen again.
Oh, okay.
Into a offensive player's hands. That one's up and just up, but gets her own rebound. That's Melissa Normand. We've had about 10 steals early on here, Justin.
I don't know.
Defense is really stepping up. And that'll be a travel back into the hands of Lake Orion as we sit at 3 apiece. And we'll get some fresh players out there onto the court. Marshall sitting down for Lake Orion. Marin Humes passes over to Casey Lauer. Lauer brings it up over half court, back to Humes. Looking for somewhere to go. Grace Vuklic. Drive, Lake Orion, and just a little too strong. Good rebound there. We got a kick ball.
That was a great drive. Vuklic, she had everything. She just had to put it up there. Didn't go in.
Well, it's been the same story, and we've mentioned it time and time again. Defensively, just right there for both squads, all over the place, forcing a ton of steals early on. Lake Orion inbounding that ball. Back at the top of the three-point line.
And I love the just trusting your teammates. They're passing it all around the perimeter. This is great ball movement.
Casey Lauer setting the offense. Three-pointer up.
Ooh.
And just a little short. Rebound picked up by the Crusaders.
Good steal.
That's another steal. And we got a foul. A great defense again. Just going back and forth. Neither team really able to get anything started early on, any momentum. It's just been a real defensive, kind of a sloppy effort as well if you're a coach. You want to clean up some of those mistakes as well, but it's to be expected this early on in the game?
I think the first game jitters is really what we said in the beginning.
There's
Keep
another
the game.
turnover.
Be yourself. You know, the jitters are getting to her, but I think, you know, we'll get in the game. Everybody's going to relax, calm down. That's when stamina is going to factor in. Who's going to tire out first, and then actually have to calm down.
It's a good point, because you can't keep up this intensity the whole game. We know that.
No, you can't. I don't know. I've never been a 16-year-old girl, so I wouldn't know.
Inbound pass to the Crusaders. Back at the top of the key. Nowhere to go with it. And there's another turnover. This is going to Lake Orion. So good defense applied there by Casey Lauer, pressuring that ball. 3-3 game, 3:25 left in this first quarter. Lauer brings it up for Lake Orion. Lauer drives over to the corner, looking for somewhere to go. Passes it over to Grace Volkic. Back over to the top of the key there. What a nice play there. Kind of a give and go to put Lake Orion up 5-3. Here come the Crusaders looking to tie it up. Back at the top of the key. Over in the corner. Good steal again. Lake Orion picked up.
Great
pass
defense.
up ahead.
Let's
to Grace
finish it.
Vuklic. And she puts it in. That's the way you take advantage of turnovers like that. Great job for Lake Orion.
Absolutely. That's what they need to do. They've been holding their bargain up on the defensive end. Now they just need to finish and score.
Three-pointer, Crusaders. And that one will miss everything there and go back over to Lake Orion. Lake Orion inbound in this ball, trying to break a press again. Defensive pressure still applied heavy by the Crusaders that they get the ball stolen away, and Lake Orion back on defense. So good job, good hustle, getting back, preventing that easy bucket. Ball in the hands of Nicole Shore, going to be there quite often as we spoke about. Dump down low, over to the corner, three, up. Just off the iron. Back down low, post. Nice move.
Good defense.
A good rebound by Lake Orion. Lake Orion over half court, thrown up.
Pushing it, great push.
No one available. Nice pump fake. And using the backboard.
Bank shot.
The bank is open past 7 o'clock here in Lake Orion. That's Madeline Ebert picking up her first basket of the night. So Lake Orion up 9-3 on the Crusaders, playing great defense tonight. You can say that for both sides early on in this game.
Absolutely. I thought I was going to say the Orion offense, but I'm actually saying the defensive Dragons here.
Looking for somewhere to go. That's Emily Grolk. She drives, nice drive, but nowhere to go, and she picks up her own ball. Can't do that, but she's fouled on the way to the basket. So good drive there when there was nothing available on offense. It kind of broke down a broken play, and she made something out of nothing to get a foul, and Crusaders will inbound the ball underneath their basket. Get some substitutions in here for Lake Orion. Crusaders inbound play knocked away by Lake Orion. Olivia Mikavich throws it in to Nicole Shore. Nicole Shore at the top of the key, setting that offense up, looking for somewhere to go. Over to Emily Grolk. And she walked.
Yeah.
That's that defense again applied by Lake Orion. Just nowhere to go with the basketball.
Yeah, and even with that pressure, it's making them nervous, making them cause mistakes, and that's another turnover for the Crusaders.
Ball thrown in by Cindy Maddox. And brought back up by Madeline Ebert. Running the point. Three-pointer, nice play. That's Emily Grolk with the block. So you think you're open, and just like that, closing on the baseline were the Crusaders there.
She sent that ball out with authority.
Inbound pass in the corner. Pump fake and drive, and she'll draw the foul.
Beautiful.
Great play there by Sydney Maddox.
Good body placement, body movement, Wayne, twist her body, throw her hands up.
And she used the pump fake. That's an art that's lost in basketball, and she really used it to her advantage, drove the ball to the hoop, got some contact, and here she is for two. First one up, and it's good. Lake Orion up 10-3 early on. Second free throw up for Maddox, and it's good, all net. 27 seconds left in this first quarter. Crusaders bringing the ball up, trying to get something going. Haven't been able to score until early on. Three-point play by Nicole Shore, ball down low. Rebound, got a box out. As a couple players there fighting for the ball, giving everything they got, and we'll keep it down here for the Crusaders.
Crusaders need a score here if they want any kind of confidence or life going into the second quarter.
Inbound play. Corner pump fake. Drive, and almost hit that. Nice play by number 33 for the Crusaders, Emily Grolk, who's done some nice things in this first quarter.
Grolk's been a key player so far. I think if she gets these two free throws, it'll help their team out a lot.
Yeah, you want to get something going with just 4 seconds left in this first quarter to build on, as you mentioned. Grolk dribbles, puts it up, just a little short there. Jenna Manaki subbing in for the Crusaders. Second shot up, and that's good.
1 for 2 for her.
11-4, Lake Orion up 3 seconds, bringing the ball up, trying to make something, and the time just runs out. Lake Orion had a chance, but they'll end the first quarter with a score of 11-4 over the Lutheran Northwest Crusaders.
DVD copies can be purchased by calling ONTV at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. That's DVD copies, 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060.
Now, Justin, we talked on the pregame, 8-12 last season for the Lake Orion Dragons, and they came out in that first quarter with a lot of aggressiveness on defense, which we said is going to be a key, but they really just didn't allow the Crusaders to get anything going offensively.
No, that pressure really got to them. I think really that play at the very end is really what an example of that whole first quarter was. Just jitters from both teams. And a lot of defensive pressure. I think once teams calm down, they realize what's going on. They'll think, they'll get a mental approach to it, and it will have a better game plan. I think you're going to see a lot more scoring from Lake Orion in the second half than you did in the first quarter.
I think if you're Jimmy Melberg, the coach for the Crusaders, you want to slow things down on offense. A little sloppy. A lot of turnovers there, and if you're Lake Orion, you want to keep up the intensity on defense and keep pushing the ball.
Yep. Lake Orion keep doing it. I think the Crusaders need more on offense. They're putting up the defense. They're doing just as well. But these turnovers are killing them.
Well, that's the thing. You got to take advantage of those turnovers, too. Madeline Ebert inbounding the ball. Baseline and stolen away by the Crusaders. We've mentioned her name quite a few times, Emily Grolk. Making some noise on the defensive end for the Crusaders here. Will inbound the ball down 11-4 to Lake Orion. Crusaders bringing it up past half court. Defensive pressure applied by Madeline Ebert. Doing a good job there, and nice find That's a heck of a pass from Olivia Makevich. That's just a great assist there, and that could be huge. And we got a traveling call here. So 11-6, making some noise early on in this second quarter is the Lady Crusaders trying to climb back in this ball game.
Tell you, Emma Grok's doing work out here.
Inbound pass, and Olivia Makevich, she brings it up past half court. Looking for somewhere to go, gets a screen. Little pick and roll there by the Crusaders, and we'll have a foul.
You can see they're calming down. You see how that play was well orchestrated. They just needed more intensity from it. I think if she got more open or found somebody else to pass to, it would have worked, but it was great defense on Lake Orion's side.
That'll be a foul on Erin Humes from Lake Orion. And there'll be 2 shots for Emily Grolk.
Chance to redeem herself here.
And for the Crusaders, you got to really love what you've seen so far here in this second quarter. Climbing back in, 11-6 right now. Grolk dribbles, shot up as we had a 1-and-1 there. First shot good, 11-8. And second one just short. Tie up, jump ball, and it's going to stay here.
All right.
So there you go. Hustle paying off, 11-7 right now, but the Crusaders fighting back in it.
See what Crusaders are planning here, all lined up at the foul line.
Inbound play. Looking for somewhere to go. Got to watch that
Wide
clock.
open, yep.
Gets it down, a drive, up, no call. Picked up by Lake Orion. And that's Grace Lukalich. Lake Orion looking for somewhere to go.
Good ball
In the
movement,
corner,
finding the
top
open
of the
shooter.
key, passes on the shot, looks down low, and we're going to have a call. No free throws, but we'll keep the ball down here for Lake Orion. 6:56, 11-7, Lake Orion over the Lutheran Northwest Crusaders. Inbound play underneath the basket, Lake Orion. Back over to Madeline Ebert, looking for somewhere to go. Good pass, getting out of the pressure there. Back at the elbow, drive, spins, back to the three-point line. And looking for somewhere to go. Number 11 there, Grace Volkevich. Back over to Ebert. Over to Volkevich. Ebert. Down low. Stops. Turns.
Good
hits.
possession. Good possession.
Good hit by Madeline Ebert there. Excuse me, Erin Humes with her second basket here tonight. Crusaders looking to answer on some of that momentum that they've had in this second quarter. Good ball pressure by Lake Orion. It's Emily Grolk looking to pull up, unable to. Good
Nice drive.
Not able to finish there is Olivia Makevich, and here comes Lake Orion over half court. Ebert, back to Volkevich. Down low, good pass. Unable to draw the foul. Good defense by the Crusaders there, letting them play a little bit. And we're going to get a foul here on the aggressive defense from Madeline Ebert, but you can't fault her there. She's just on the ball, playing it hard like they have all night, but picking up the foul. So we're going to get some free throws here for the Crusaders. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Olivia Makevich. Makevich, shot up. A little too strong, but picked up by the Crusaders. Back to Makevich. Makevich, shot from the elbow. She hits it. Makes up for that missed free throw. 13-9, Lake Orion on top, able to break the press, but a steal again by McCavitt. She saves it, and here comes the Crusaders looking for somewhere to go, and Lake Orion gets back on defense and brings that ball up. It's Melissa Norman back over to Graceful Kalich.
These Dragons really got to work on their defensive rebounding. Too many offensive rebounds, too many second possessions for the Crusaders. That's why it's only a 4-point game. They should be up by a lot more.
Pass down low, and good job recovering for the Crusaders. That's Melanie Seibert. That'll be a Crusader ball there. So not only getting the steal, but throwing it off the Lake Orion player there to take possession away. You can't say enough about both teams here, but especially the second quarter for the Crusaders, just the effort that they're putting on both ends. Inbound pass from Emily Grolk.
Good steal. Knocked it out of bounds.
Will stay with the Crusaders. Passed in by Nicole Shore. Over to Grolk. Grolk running the point, looking for somewhere to go, making a move. Back over to Shore. Just defense, just really right in your face if you're Lake Orion.
I like the 3-2 man-man right now.
Great job by Lake Orion trying to throw ahead to Ebert, but unable to pull away that ball. We'll get a jump ball, though. Give possession to Lake Orion. Got to take advantage of those turnovers.
We're getting good outside pressure, but when they do put up shots or they drive the lane, they're getting these offensive rebounds. Taking advantage of these turnovers right now.
Casey Lauer bringing it up half court. Nobody home. And we'll turn it back over as the Crusaders will take possession. So that full court pressure has been really effective, especially in the second quarter for the Crusaders, who looking to climb back in, down 13-9. Shore bringing it up, trying to shake her defender. She's able to, but good job defensively there by Lake Orion. Three-pointer, and that's good. It's number 23 for the Crusaders. Unfortunately, we don't have a number 23 on our roster here. Just a nice shot from the three-point line. 12-13, just down by a single point. Lake Orion is called for traveling there.
Wow.
Honestly, it almost was a charge as well, just a little bit out of control.
I think it was just she needs to calm down. Yeah, it was all her.
It's Megan Marshall there. It's been a little quiet since that first quarter, but we know she's a special player for this Lake Orion team. And looking to take the lead as the Crusaders, who haven't led at any point in this ball game. Ball taken away by Lake Orion. And we get a jump ball. So just when you think you see a play that's going to be made, the Crusaders come in there and play some defense, tie it up, and get the ball back. So they've just been putting tremendous effort on both ends of the ball. If Lake Orion wants to come away with this victory, they're going to have to get a little bit better on offense.
Absolutely.
Crusaders, top of the key, stolen away and knocked out of bounds by Madeline Ebert, who's been everywhere tonight, especially on the defensive end. Grub tossing it in for the Crusaders. Down low, nice pass to Shore as she flips it over and just missed. That was a
Good
nice
push.
pass.
3-1, 3-1.
Here we go, Lake Orion. Ooh, and unable to pull it down. That's the thing right there. You got to take advantage of those fast breaks. Good defense by the Crusaders, but if you're Lake Orion, it's the little mistakes of this first half that have been kind of a big story early on.
Absolutely. You cannot turn over the ball after getting a turnover. I think these points need to be capitalized on the turnovers, and we'd be fine.
And not just a turnover, but a foul as well.
Yeah.
Trying to tie this up. That's Grolk, Emily Grolk. Shot up, it's a 1-and-1, and she hits it. This ball game is tied at 13 apiece. She's been everywhere so far. in this game. Speaking of Emily Gralk, number 33 for the Crusaders.
She's a great all-around player. She's got a great basketball body.
Nice
she knows
form.
how to shoot.
Nice
good
form.
Good rebounder.
We got a lead change here. 14-13, Crusaders up. Lake Orion trying to break this press. This is giving them fits all game long. Good job by Lake Orion. Now you got a fast break, 2-on-1. Unable to connect and no foul, but just thrown right away to the Dragons.
Both teams
Marshall
being careless.
Drives with force there and draws the foul. Good job staying in control and getting a couple free throws here.
They need to capitalize here. If they can go into the half with the lead, that'll help them a lot more going into the second half. I think they'll feel a lot better about themselves. They'll have better self-esteem. The crowd will be more into it.
First free throw is good for Marshall, tying it up at 14 apiece. So Megan Marshall going to go 2 for 2 on this trip to the free throw line. Couple bounces. Shot up, looks good, nothing but net. Puts Lake Orion up 15-14 with 2:28 left in this first half. Here come the Crusaders.
Still a lot of time to put a run together here.
Top of the key. Looking for somewhere to go, looking to go down low. Nice drive, just off the iron. And saved by the Crusaders right into the hands of Lake Orion. Going coast to coast. Drive and one.
Great
Count
play.
that baby in a foul for Lake Orion. That's a heck of a drive. That's Madeline Ebert, who has been active on both ends. Going coast to coast there, picking up the and one. What a heck of a play there.
Beautiful. I think she executed that perfectly. You notice she has a brace on her ankle, too. She's doing this not at full 100%, too.
It's a one-woman fast break here for the Lake Orion Dragons. Free throw up and just misses that off the iron. Still up 17-14 as Lake Orion with 2 minutes left in this first half. Brought up by the Crusaders. And stolen away by Lake Orion. Lake Orion over half court. Casey Lauer. Casey Lauer over to Marshall. Marshall drives, stops. Just a little too strong. And picked up by the Crusaders. Crusaders got to slow things down here. Noticing that the beginning of this second quarter, that's where they were most effective, when they slowed down the offense, more in control. Just seeing a couple mistakes, going a little too quickly, not gathering themselves here, but do make it to the free throw line. Justin, thoughts?
That's what that pressure does. It makes you not think. When they slow down and they're calm and they execute the game plan, they can set it up, they can do the pick and roll, they can drive the lane, whatever they need to do in ISO. But I think right now that 3-2 man pressure, and it's going real outside the perimeter, I think that really causes them to just pass it, not think or even overthink, and then turn the ball over. That's why you're seeing a lot of turnovers, this high outside perimeter pressure.
Livia Mikavich hitting the second of 2, going 1 for 2 on the free throw line. 17-15 Lake Orion. Lake Orion breaking the press. Almost a backcourt violation,
Very
but
close.
does throw it away. Here come the Crusaders. Pass
Drive.
up, steal again. It's by Ebert, and she's fouled, trying to bring the ball up. So a lot of turnovers for both teams. Got to slow that down, and really on offense, I would like to see, if you're the Crusaders, slow it down a bit. Lake Orion keep the pressure. And you know they're going to be talking about that full court press at halftime here. Lake Orion throwing it in. Good job. Grace Volklich. Marshall stops. Back at the top of the key. Good pass at the elbow. Three-pointer up. Marshall just a little too strong there.
They need more plays like that on offense, Dave, where she gets in there, pushes, gets an open shooter from the perimeter. She had a nice look there.
Well, I like getting other players involved there on offense. Like you said, you just get a better look. That was a wide open three there, unable to capitalize as Lake Orion. Ball passed into Marshall.
Well, she was able to draw the other defender away that left for the open look. I think they execute that a lot more. I think they'll have a lot more open looks. They got some good shooters on that team.
Madeline Ebert's shot blocked there. As Crusaders bring the ball up.
Okay, Emily pushing the floor again.
Shot just a little bit wide. Layup no good. And that'll be off Lake Orion. That's off Megan Marshall, staying here in the Crusaders' end with 45.5 seconds left. Crusaders down by 2. Inbound pass looking for somewhere to go. Stolen away. Lake Orion. Drive and a foul.
That seemed like all ball to me.
That's a tough call there, especially, you know, you want to reward players like that. Emily Grolk with her great defense running all the way down the floor, running that play down, but that's where we are broadcasters and not refs, right?
Yep, absolutely. Personally, from up here, it did not seem that way, but, you know, as the folks in the biz say, that's not my job.
Free throw up and just a little short. Lots of arc there for Aaron Humes. Trying to build on this 2-point lead for the Dragons. Second of 2 free throws. Couple bounces. Shot up. And it's good. 18-15. Nice arc on that. Crusaders coming up with 37 seconds. Lake Orion. Nice pick there for the Crusaders, trying to get somebody free at the three-point line. Nothing doing. Back at the top of the key. Over to the corner. Drive. Nice job.
Good hustle.
We've said her name over and over again, Emily Grolk. She's been so involved in this offense in the second quarter. Completely different looking team on the offensive end for the Crusaders. Lake Orion, good job breaking the press there. Slowing it down. Over to Marshall in the corner.
You got 2 seconds.
Marshall back up. 1 second. She's got to shoot it, and they had no idea where the clock was.
Totally unaware of the time.
18-17, Lake Orion up by 1. And you know what, Justin, it could have been 10. Either way, for either team. Just an even game, lots of turnovers. Keys to that second half, Justin?
Less turnovers, yeah, and definitely more capitalizing on those turnovers. I think they did a great job of pressuring them, keeping them on their toes and off of their game plan. They didn't know what they were doing. That leads to more turnovers. If we can finish more, score more points, that's obviously what it's about. But they're doing a great job on the defensive end. Stopping a few players like Emily Grolk, Nicole Shore, those are deadly players, they're great playmakers. I think they'll have a great chance in the second half to win this game.
So we'll take a break here. This is the first half. ONTV's coverage of the varsity women's basketball team, the Lake Orion Dragons, leading by 1 point going into the second half over the Crusaders of Lutheran Northwest.
Hey, it's ONTV here. Now, have you ever had the urge to create your own TV show? Or just wanted to see what goes behind the scenes of making one? Well, we have just the program for you. ONTV offers production classes, which allow you to take control and create the programs you want them to be. To get started, all you have to do is sign up for a free orientation, and then register for one of our production courses. For more information, feel free to call us at 248-393-1060, or go to orionontv.org and click register now to sign up for classes. We hope to see you soon.
We are back for the second half action between the Lake Orion Dragons and the Lutheran Northwest Crusaders. The opener on ONTV, home opener for the Lake Orion Dragons and home opener for the regular season here. David Siseski on the call with my colleague Justin Dirks. Justin, what'd you see in that first half that you liked for Lake Orion and that they need to build on for the second half?
I think they just need to capitalize on these turnovers that they're getting. They're playing great defensive pressure, break the press. They're doing great full court. I think they just need to utilize that. Get more defensive rebounds, I think.
Yeah.
That's a key to the Lutheran, actually, their side. They're getting a lot of great offensive rebounds.
Second chance points has been huge for them in that first half.
Great on that side. I think also if they just slow down their offense, get the game plan going, get the plays rolling, I think they'll be great.
Marshall Into Lauer. Lauer bringing the ball up for Lake Orion, slowing it down just a little bit. Something that they need to do in this second half. Back over to Marshall, top of the key. Over to Volkic. Three-pointer up, Lake Orion. And just a little too strong off the iron.
I do like the good ball movement, good shot. I think that was the best shot opportunity at that time.
Pass back up. Top of the key for the Crusaders.
Great
Shore
pass.
with a nice cut and unable to hit on that layup for the Crusaders. So you got to take advantage. There was a couple open shots we saw in that first half for the Crusaders, but they do make it back to the free throw line. Trying to tie this back up, possibly take the lead are the Crusaders. That's number 21, Jenna Menacci. First one off the iron for Jenna, number 21 for the Crusaders. Couple dribbles, shot up, and that off the iron as well. So we'll keep it at 18-17 Lake Orion. Here we go. Pulling it up. Momentum. Nice fake. Shot, turnaround, and hit.
Beautiful.
That's Melissa
fake.
Norman showing some good post skills down low.
Oh, yeah. Great footwork. Did you see that? That was amazing. That's what it's all about, the fundamentals.
There's another steal by Norman. Norman taking it up, taking her time, and unable to hit, but falling right behind. That was...
Unfortunately. That was very unfortunate.
Norman unable to hit all by herself, just a little too strong. And back on the other end, there's the Crusaders. Jenna Menacci. And Lake Orion not wasting any time, getting a layup of their own there. 3-on-1, nice passing. And Lake Orion answers 22-19.
Look at this full court pressure here.
Nice pick there from the Crusaders, but nowhere to go in the corner. Top of the key. Looking for some opening. Three-pointer up, it's good.
Great shot.
That's Nicole Shore, who was quiet after that first quarter, but she answers, we got a tie ball game.
That was the equalizer, Dave.
Lake Orion back over to Marshall. Marshall over to Lauer. Lauer down low. Nice job by Norman. Back over to Lauer. Lauer pulls it back.
I like the ball movement. Keep the passes shorter. None of this cross-court passes.
Top of the
we
key.
get turnovers.
Three, just a little too strong. That's a good point. I like the ball movement and the way that they're slowing it down, and look for more of that after a little bit of a sloppy first half for both teams. Just to try to set their offenses, get something going, call some type of plays. It's just been rushed.
Yeah, I think definitely just take a deep breath. I mean,
That's it.
that's it. You got the game in your hand if you can play it right.
Tie ball game at 22 apiece. Crusaders looking to get something going here. Drive, nice. A little too strong off the backboard. Offensive rebound again, what you touched at. Put up but not in. And Lake Orion lucky to get away there with no points against them.
And offensive rebounding, that's not about the biggest woman out there. It's about hustle. It's about getting in there, getting in position.
Three-pointer up for Casey Lauer, no good. Vukalic a little too strong, in the corner there on the three-pointer, but we're going to turn it back over to the Crusaders at 22 apiece. 4:52 left in this third quarter. Crusaders get it up.
A little post
Down
action
low.
here.
Nice job there, and one. Great control, good footwork. That's number 40, Melanie Seibert, trying to make it a three-point play. Great job there down low.
That's what we were just talking about, slowing down the offense. You see how they drew out that play. They got a little post action, and she handled it beautifully, got the and one. Let's see if she can execute and make it here.
Seibert, couple dribbles, stops, puts it up, and nothing but net. Great job taking advantage there by some good post footwork, as we've mentioned a couple times here. Crusaders up by 3, Good job by Lake Orion breaking that press.
Getting the three-point play the old school way.
Three-pointer to tie it up. It's good.
There you go. Good shot.
That's what you do. You break that press and you have an open shot. Grace Volkalic able to connect. 25-25 starting to heat up in this third quarter. Crusaders, can they answer? Looked pretty good their last couple trips down here on the offensive end. Pump fake, drive, looking for somewhere to go. Open shot for three, it's good.
There she is.
That's Nicole Shore. That's her second three-pointer of this second half. Both teams starting to heat up.
Oh, she's a bad woman, I'm telling you. She gets a couple more of those open shots, she'll make them.
Press broken, 2-on-1, nice pass. Great job and great control by Melissa Normand. Gave the defender the pump fake and able to hit.
Great offense by her. Let's see this defense by
Steal
22
again.
Aaron Humes. Nice steal by
Here
Volkalic.
comes Lauer. Lauer up and a little too strong. That's the second time she's done that. She's upset at herself here. We have a 3-on-2. Great job defensively by Marshall getting back on defense.
Today's game is copyright presentation of Lake Orion High School's Dragon Broadcasting Program, Orion Neighborhood Television, MHSAAA. Last school year, the LOHS broadcast program was awarded the title of Best Overall Program in the country. We brought you over 80 live sporting events, and we plan to match that again this year. Plus, you can catch our award-winning daily live newscast, LOAM. Tune in at www.dragonbroadcasting.org.
Definitely don't want to miss that broadcast, as we're excited to open up the girls varsity season here, our first game of the year on ONTV. Inbound pass on the corner, just a little bit short there for the Crusaders. Picked up by Lake Orion and thrown out of bounds. Good job by Melissa Norman, but she's unable to get that pass and move up court. I think she looked a little bit too soon and lost the ball. Didn't have quite control there as Lake Orion is down by one. Crusaders ball underneath the basket. We're going to get a timeout and a live read here from Justin Dirks.
Thanks to Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Broadcasting, you can watch LOHS Sports live online all year. We've got a full schedule of varsity, basketball, hockey, and more this winter season, plus concerts and ceremonies. It costs $10.99 a month to watch sporting events, and half that money goes back to the LOHS program. Be sure to designate Lake Orion High School when you set up your account. Get started at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. ONTV thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication to bringing Dragon sports to the world.
Well, Justin, we talked about it in this second half. It's been a completely different team on the other end for the Crusaders. They had to take advantage of those offensive boards. They've had time and time again a couple chances on their end, and I think they've slowed down offensively, and it's given them the chance to hold the lead right now.
Absolutely. They got the 1-point lead because of that. They've slowed down on offense. They've drawn out these plays. They're executing them. They're getting the post moves. I like the footwork. They're executing on these offensive rebounds. I think Lake Orion needs to be on their game if they want to get this. I told them to be themselves. I don't know if they listen. Let's see what happens.
First game jitters for sure for both teams. 28-27, 1-point lead for the Crusaders. Inbound pass down low, looking to make some moves. In the post, turnaround shot, and a beauty for Melanie Seibert. She's had a couple good offensive possessions in a row for the Crusaders.
Definitely helping her team out.
Lake Orion looking to answer. Marshall, three a little bit too strong. She's hit a couple of those in the second half. Crusaders bring the ball up. Looking to build on that lead, up 3 with 2:52 left in this third quarter. Nice
There's Emily Grove
move
with the
there.
crossover and the foul.
Just a beautiful job to cross over her defender. She had some room there, draws the foul, unable to hit. But time and time again, we've said on this end, Emily Grolk just polished offensively, and she looks to connect on a couple free throws here. Grolk first shot, couple dribbles up, and a little too short there.
They're free throws, but they don't give them to you for free. You got to make them.
Sarah Burrell checking in for the Crusaders. Second shot up for Grolk, and she hits it. A good job there recovering off that first shot. 27-31. Lake Orion down, bringing the ball up with 2:42 left in the third quarter. Pass over in the corner to Madeline Ebert. Back over to Marshall. Marshall bringing some defenders with her. Back over to Ebert. Looking to go down low, but nice zone defense here by the Crusaders. Really throwing Lake Orion's offense off. At the elbow, a shot up and missed, but gets their offensive board. So good job by Lake Orion getting another offensive possession. As we'll get a stoppage in play here and a timeout. So we'll use this time to pay some bills and do a live read here.
Go mobile with ONTV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with ONTV to see what's happening in our studios, see upcoming events, and watch ONTV programming in high definition on demand. ONTV, working to bring Lake Orion to the world.
So Lake Orion down by 4 points to the Lady Crusaders of the Lutheran Northwest. And the home opener and opener of the regular season here for the Dragons. Inbound pass, corner three, up, looks good, just a little too long, but picking up the offensive board, getting a second chance and some free throws there. That's Aaron Humes.
That's what it's about.
That's a good job by Aaron Humes. Last couple trips picking up those offensive boards. Got to take advantage. Let's see if Lake Orion can at the free throw line.
She's really one of those players really working hard out there. She's standing out, especially on the defensive end. But to get in there, get that rebound, get to the free throw line, great hustle.
First free throw off for Humes. See if she can take advantage of this trip to the free throw line and go 1 for 2. Couple dribbles. Stop. Ball up in the air and just a little short. Picked up by the Crusaders. Good pressure by Lake Orion. Pass picked off. Here comes Lake Orion with numbers.
Great steal, great pass.
Corner passer, drive. A lot of bodies, but drawing the foul there. Good job, Lake Orion picking the ball up. Got to take advantage of these free throws. Madeline Ebert, she'll take her third trip to the line for the Dragons tonight.
Yeah, they definitely need to execute and make these free throws. I think it's great that they're putting these girls in foul trouble early. That's good. We need more fouls. Get them out here.
And missing a little too strong there is Ebert. Has been quite active on both ends. Madeline Ebert, a freshman on varsity, so you know she's got game.
She definitely does. She can create more contact and make more free throws like that. She'll be sticking around for a long time.
Second shot up and good. And steal by Lake Orion, staying in bounds. Heck of a job by Casey Lauer. Brings it back over to Marshall. Lauer. Pass over to Ebert. Ebert looking for somewhere to go. Pass down low. Norman back over to Ebert. Three-pointer up, misses, but Humes again with an offensive rebound, comes back off. Looks like that was off a Crusader, and because of Humes, who we talked about being active with those offensive boards, another possession for Lake Orion.
Absolutely. That hustle, that defense, it's creating possessions for Lake Orion. It's letting them get a chance to get in the lead before this fourth quarter starts.
136, Lake Orion down by 3. And that is a foul. Aggressiveness on defense, who from another name, Emily Grolk, but she's going to pick up the foul there. A little bit too much body on that steal attempt. So Lake Orion keeping the ball here. Marshall, inbound pass.
Gotta like the sportsmanship. She's a great player, but she goes ahead and picks up the opposite player off the floor.
Madeline Ebert running the point. Over in the corner. Back over to Marshall. Marshall over to Casey Lauer. Lauer looking for somewhere to go. Good defense by the Crusaders. Lauer back over to Ebert. Ebert looking to go down low. Humes calling for the ball. Ebert, pressure over to Humes. Humes over to Marshall. Marshall top of the key.
You could see Ebert was eager to create a play right there.
Lauer trying to provide some separation here. Lauer with the drive over to Marshall. Marshall loses the ball, tosses it back to Humes down low, who goes over to Marshall. Just not a lot of room to move. And there's a three-pointer. That's up. That's good. Madeline Ebert, the freshman, good for three, put it down.
Somehow out of all that chaos, it ended up being an open shot for Ebert, and she nailed it.
Well, taking advantage of the opportunities you're given, as we'll have a foul here on Lake Orion on Casey Lauer.
I think Ebert's feeling it. She's hot right now. I think that she's the girl to get the ball to right now.
So 34.7 seconds. We have a 31-31 all ball game here. It's been a good one in the second half. Nice steal by Ebert.
Beautiful.
All over the place for this freshman.
I'm wondering what Coach Bridges told her, because she's on fire right now.
You know, it could have been the same thing you talked about early on. Just be yourself. Just play your game, and that's what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Lake Orion trying to take advantage. 13 seconds. Be big if they can close this quarter out on top. Ball over to Casey Lauer. 6 seconds. Got to be aware of that clock. Marshall
3 seconds.
looking to provide some room here. No one home. Just kind of throwing up a Hail Mary, and that won't work. So 31-31 after 3. We're going to pay some more bills here, and we'll have some fourth quarter action coming your way.
Be sure to tune in to replays of your favorite games right here on ONTV. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide on our webpage at orionontv.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also, visit our YouTube link for games on demand, www.orionontv.org.
Justin, I got to tell you, this third quarter was a completely different ball game, and we expected that. We expected both teams to kind of settle in on offense, set some plays, take their time. There has been a few turnovers, but really overall, pretty even matchup so far.
I think the third quarter, a lot of that sloppiness we saw in the first half got cleaned up. I think you saw a lot more plays actually be drawn out and executed. I like that we were taking advantage of our turnovers and our offensive rebounds. That was great. We need to utilize these free throws. We're getting them. We need to get to the line more, get to draw these fouls. I think if we can make these free throws, we'll win this game. Those are easy points.
It's a wonderful thing to pick up a turnover, but it's really useless if you don't take advantage of it. And that's something you got to do in this fourth quarter for both teams. And obviously, on the Lake Orion side, that's something they can do. They have the talent out there. I think somebody that's really, really stood out is the freshman for them, Madeline Ebert. She's just been great on both sides.
She's been amazing. I think just the hustle that we've seen from her just in the third quarter alone has been amazing. She needs to continue this for the fourth quarter, and I think they have a chance of winning this.
Speaking of her, Ebert brings it in to Humes down low. Back up to Humes, top of the key. Dribbling it back up, setting the play here for Ebert. Down to Norman. Norman taking her time. Humes, Ebert. Back over to Ebert. Over to Volkalic. A drive by Ebert, nothing there. But they're taking their time and they're getting offensive possessions, not turning that ball over. Ball brought up and stolen away by the freshman, Madeline Ebert.
And she's got nowhere to go but up. She's
over to Marshall.
Talent.
Ebert for three. Just missing right there. Great form. But a good battle down low. That's Humes and that's Grolk. And that's two names we've talked about on the board side of things all night. They might be close to 10 boards apiece at this point. 7:04, Crusaders bring the ball up, tied at 31. And they're going to call a timeout here. Tied at 31 there, really had nowhere to go.
ONTV has just launched our brand new internet radio station. You can create your own podcast or radio show, or even sign up to become a DJ. For more information on the radio station, give us a call at 248-693-3377. That's 248-693-3377, or at 248-693-1060.
So tied 31 apiece, Lake Orion Dragons and the Lutheran Northwest Crusaders. Been a heck of a ball game, very even. Lots of turnovers early on in that first half. Both teams slowing down, kind of setting their offense, and we'll see which team can separate themselves and take advantage of those offensive boards.
I'm surprised they've been holding up the pressure really well. Coach has been doing a great job of subbing in players and keeping them fresh.
Inbound play, down low, nice move by Grolk, but just a little too strong. I like that play coming out of the timeout. Here comes Marshall. Marshall, top of the key. Over to Ebert. Ebert in control. Back up to Humes. Over to Volkalic. Marshall. Pump fake move and throws it back out. So not a lot of room there. Back over to Marshall. Marshall, three. And she'll get the shooter's bounce.
Beautiful play.
That's it. That's the way to take advantage of nice ball movement that they had there on that offensive possession. Lake Orion applying the pressure here late.
Man, if they could do that every play on offense, I think they'd win this game. Just beautifully executed everything. Drawn out perfectly, done perfectly.
Almost a travel there, but no call.
I think they've got away with a couple here.
Yeah, there's been a couple calls here, but can't make them all, as we say. Nice job by Lake Orion. A tie up there, and we will have a change of possession. So that's the freshman. I mean, I know we've said it time and time again, but she's on varsity for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Madeline Ebert is playing her heart out here tonight, and she's going to be something special this season.
She definitely is. I can't wait to watch her play some more. She could teach a couple of these older girls a thing or two, eh?
Imagine what she's going to be in 3 years from now. You know, I mean, this is going to be a special, special player for the Dragons. Over to Ebert. Back to her, give and go. Nice job. Nice pass by Grace Volkalic.
You know, one thing you definitely got to compliment this team on is their passing and their ball movement. I think Coach has done an excellent job of instilling passing and ball movement and just getting the ball to the best player at the most opportune shot at that time.
Well, I mean,
they are
that's
not
it.
selfish at all.
That's it. Bob Bridges has done a heck of a job with ball movement in this team. Lots of chemistry. Corner shot, not quite a three, but just off the rim. And offensive rebound, and we'll get a foul. Good job by Ebert.
Good, great rebound, great drawing the foul. That's perfect.
If you got a guard like that can pick up rebounds, that can run the point, plays defense, can hit three-pointers, she's going to be a big key. Here Absolutely. She is, Ebert. Inbound pass, back over to her. Over to Marshall. Marshall, nice move, drawing the foul. She just got that first quick step, able to get to the hoop there, and she'll be shooting two.
Let's see what she can do here. Take even bigger lead would be great to have a 5-point lead. 5 minutes left.
Jenna Minacci, number 21 for the Crusaders on the foul there. First shot by Marshall, and it's good. Megan Marshall taking advantage of her time at the free throw line, putting Lake Orion up 35-31. Second one is up, and it's just a little long. Rebound by the Crusaders. Got to slow it down here. And they do, brought up by Jenna Schulmaker.
I think that's one player that needs to step up right now is Emily. If she wants to give her team a chance to win, she's the girl to do it.
Nicole Shores had a nice second half as well. Crusaders trying to climb back in this, only down by 4, but they really had a hold of this game in this second half. And good job, and you said it, Emily Gronk.
There she
picking up 2 points again, bringing her team closer. Down by 2 for Lake Orion, a 35-33 lead. Ebert bringing it up. Pass over to Volkalic. Over to Humes. Humes over to Ebert. Shot. Just missing it, but picked up by the Crusaders. All on their own. Drive and a foul on Humes. So good job by Jenna Schollmaker in control. And she's going to be shooting 2.
That was a good foul. I think that was a smart foul.
And that's it, right? You don't want to let her score, but you also don't want to give up an easy basket like that.
Yeah, I think the way things have been looking tonight, I think that was a good choice.
Jana Schollmaker with her first of 2. Couple dribbles. Lets it go. And just a little short there. So she'll get one more try to redeem herself here at the free throw line. Jana Schollmaker off the nice steal for the Crusaders. Down by 2 points here to Lake Orion.
And they just took Erin Humes out of it. They're going to leave her out for the rest of the game, or is this a quick break? She was a great defensive leader, and with such a close game, they need her.
With 4 minutes left, you have to think she's going to get a quick breather. They'll bring her back in, and she's been a key on the offensive side with those offensive boards.
For sure.
Here comes Ebert. Up by 1, Lake Orion. Over to Marshall. Marshall back over to Volkalic. Over to Ebert, to Volkalic. Top of the key, dribble drive. Pass over to Marshall. Marshall going back up top. Marshall wide open. She lets go, and just a little too strong, too long, on that, but we're going to get a foul on the Crusaders. I believe it was on number 12, Nicole Shore. And it was. That's her 3rd foul in this contest. That'll put a 1-and-1 opportunity in the hands of Melissa Norman. Norman, couple dribbles, stops, puts it up, and she hits it. Good job by Norman. Puts Lake Orion up by 2, 36-34, 3:46 left in the second half.
Well, with the Crusaders out of team fouls, it's great that we can get to the line with every kind of foul now. We need to take advantage more of these opportunities.
And she hits it, 2 for 2.
2 free points, beautiful. Keep it going.
Good defensive pressure being applied by Lake Orion. And we almost had an illegal pick there. Aggressiveness by Shore.
Definitely.
Ball down low.
Let's see how anxious
intensity
and how calm
picking up.
Yeah.
Intensity is picking up. You can feel it in this building right now.
They're getting a little antsy. They realize the time is running down. It's a 3-point game.
We got a timeout here, I believe, for Lake Orion. We'll be right back for the rest of this 4th quarter. But first, Justin.
If you want to learn more about the fine art of officiating, listen to Be the Referee every week on MHSAA Network. Learn about rules, mechanics, plays you make, and the calls, and get behind the scenes during these 60-second messages, which can also be heard by visiting the homepage of the MHSAA website.
You have to think, Justin, maybe some of those NFL referees that have been against the Detroit Lions should watch that show, learn how to become a referee, what holding actually is. We'll leave that to ourselves and just keep the basketball going.
Well, that's here nor there. I think they need a team that plays football before they start blaming refs.
There you go. But first, back to basketball here, up 37-34 for the Lake Orion Dragons. They're going to have to keep the defensive pressure up, full court pressure. You figure you'll see more of that. Maybe Humes will be in real soon. Really done a good job on the offensive boards. Ebert has been all over the place as she has the ball right now. Bringing it up for Lake Orion, up 3. Over to Marshall. Marshall stops, she pops, she hits it.
Great shot.
She has been on fire behind the arc. Up 40-34, 6-point lead for Lake Orion. Their biggest lead in this second half. Crusaders bringing the ball up. Nice give and go. That's just a great job over to Nicole Shore, who's been real active there. Nice cut by her and pass by Olivia McCavage. That'll put Shore at the line for 2 shots, down by 6. Couple dribbles. Shot up. It's good. Nicole Shore and Emily Grolk been two of the better offensive players for the Crusaders tonight. Grolk real active on both ends. Shore, second shot. It's nothing but net. Lake Orion up by only 4. And here comes that defensive pressure. Lake Orion got to break that press. And I believe that's going to be off number 10, Grace Volkalich. Now they'll keep it down here. Just getting away with one there is Lake Orion. 2:48 left. Trying to hold on is Lake Orion. Defensive pressure being applied by the Crusaders. Good job breaking free from that press. Lake Orion brings it up. Melissa Norman over to Grace Volkalich. Volkalich over to Ebert. Ebert taking her time, bleeding some of that clock. Over to Volkalich. Three-pointer up and no good by a battle down low.
Good fight for that rebound
By Jenna Minacci.
I think she was tired of all those offensive rebounds. She wanted that ball for herself.
And she definitely took control of it here, and that's a big play. Up by only 4 as Lake Orion, 2:30 left. And it just seems like the Crusaders have struggled offensively here in this fourth quarter to get anything going. So 4 points almost feels like 8 or 10.
It's going to be a lot harder to come back if they would keep playing like the way they've been playing this quarter.
Crusaders
Where
break
is
the press.
Emily Grolk needs to step up right now. She's got a few points, but right now is the time.
Corner pass. Nowhere to go. Jenna Minacci over to Grolk. Driving.
Good
and
offensive
a corner
rebound.
3. Nice play there in the corner for their Crusaders with a 3, but taking advantage, getting an offensive rebound, and we'll get 2 free throws here.
I like great skill taking advantage of the foul before they even get the shot off. Make her earn it at the line.
Jenna Minacci trying to earn those points at the free throw line. First one up for her and just bouncing out. So some tough luck there for Jenna Minacci. Good for them. Down by 4 are the Crusaders. Lake Orion doing a good job here, and here she is. Humes back in. Doing a good job on those offensive boards, and she's in there for a reason. Second shot up. It's good. Drawing them a little bit closer, 40-37, Lake Orion.
This is a key possession for Lake Orion. They can get the points right here. I think they got a safe, comfortable lead, and they can play defense.
Marshall over to Lauer. Lauer throws it away. Steal by the Crusaders. Shore with the ball, looking for somewhere to go. Corner 3, pop. And it's just a little too long. That could have been huge. We could have had a tie ball game here. Great job by Shore. Here comes Lake Orion driving the ball up.
They need to calm down, breathe, pass the ball around, kill some time.
And that's exactly what Coach Rob Bridges said. Timeout here, as we'll be back for the final 132 of this fourth quarter.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com.
So Lake Orion with a small 3.1 possession lead over the Lutheran Northwest Crusaders. It's been a heck of a opener for us here on ONTV and for both of these teams. Lake Orion coming off an 8-12 season. Different team than last year, as we mentioned. A lot of balance, and we've seen some of that balance tonight. Humes on the board, Marshall from the three-point line. We've seen Ebert at the point, and there we go. To kick off after this timeout, there's Humes. Right where she needed to be. Good inbound play from Coach Bob Bridges to put the Lake Orion Dragons up by 5. That'll be a foul. Number 12, Casey Lauer, as the Crusaders tried to push the ball up. And just like that, not taking any seconds off the clock, putting them back at the line. That's Emily Grolk.
Well, it's not the girl you want to put at the line, I'll tell you that.
Grolk has been part of this broadcast over and over and over again tonight. She's been extremely active, especially on the offensive end for the Crusaders, as Lake Orion gets a substitution in. They'll bring in Ebert to play the point. Nice job there by Melissa Norman, who will take a breather. Shot up by Emily Grog, and that is a little too short. Here comes Lake Orion. You want to slow this down. Yeah. 116. Slow it down. There you go. Good job, Casey Lauer. And that's a foul on the Crusaders.
They know time's wasting. They got to get him to the line. They got to get this ball back if they want to even have a chance to score.
Well, you put the ball in the player that has really made a ton of plays for you tonight on offense, and that's Ebert. She's been real consistent. I think that's the word I'd like to use for Lake Orion tonight, is Ebert has been consistent and in control at the point.
She's a big key to that balance we've been talking about all night.
Lake Orion up by 5, looking to make it 7. As we'll get a 1-and-1 here for Ebert. Couple dribbles. Shot up, and it's good. Good job there by Ebert, in control. Like I said, we mentioned she's a freshman, but her composure says otherwise. Second free throw. Couple dribbles. Up. And it's good. 2 for 2 there when you need them. Up by 7 are the Dragons. Shore trying to make a move. Good job by Lake Orion to recover defensively. Down to 59 seconds here. Here we go. Last minute of play. Three-pointer just wide. Don't touch it. And that'll be Lake Orion basketball. So good job defensively there on that stand. Up by 7. 2 big free throws for Ebert. And she's really changed the whole look of this second half, Justin.
Absolutely. This team looks completely different in the second half with her. I think they've got a bright future with her, especially after seeing the differences in halves.
Yeah, good point, good point. I mean, she's really just been in control. Lake Orion able to break the press here. And thrown down with number 12, Casey Lauer.
I think that looked a lot worse than it really was.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to draw a foul as well, and Lauer did that. She'll get a 1-and-1 from the free throw line. With just 46 seconds left, up by 7.
Looks like she gets these 2 free throws. We're secure.
It looks pretty good right now.
It's pretty good.
Lauer, shot up, and just a little short.
No
Picked
worries.
up by Shore. Here come the Crusaders. Got to get a shot off.
They've had a lot of trouble with finding open shots.
A little sloppy on offense there. Nowhere to go. Good tie up by Marshall. And Lake Orion will take over possession.
I think the Crusaders do a really good job when they're in the lead of keeping the lead. But when they're down, I think they panic. And maybe it's just first game jitters, but they have to get some cohesiveness, get some chemistry, and not worry about being down. Just play their game.
Ebert fouled.
But tonight it seemed like Lake Orion was just the better team.
That's Emily Grolk with the foul. That's her 4th, so she just got one more of them left, and you know, just 32 seconds left, but you don't want to have her foul out if you want to have a chance to get back in this game, which looks real faint as it is with Ebert at the free throw line. First shot up. It's good. She just doesn't miss.
No, she doesn't. But it's all about fundamentals. It looks like, you know, she just looks like that Midwestern basketball girl. Like she's been playing her whole life.
This isn't her first time on the court, right?
Absolutely not.
Second shot up, and it's all net for Ebert. 2 for 2 from their free throw strike. Crusaders bringing it up with 28 seconds left. Down by 9. Lake Orion in control, 100% nice give and go there by Shore, unable to capitalize. Offensive rebound, however, is good. That's number 40, Melanie Seibert, who's had a good second half, but you know, it might be a little too late at this point. That will be a it'll be a Crusader timeout here. Lake Orion up by 7.
The second half page of the MHSAA website gets you closer to the action with features on high school sports from around the state, weekly Coaches Association rankings, and coverage of the MHSAA tournament finals. It's a great read with fresh content nearly every weekday during the school year. Make the MHSAA second half your first stop for the high school sports information you need.
Lake Orion basketball team up by 7 here with 16 seconds left. Opener for the ladies of Lake Orion. It's been a heck of a opener for them, obviously home opener. First regular season game for them. A lot to build on. That first half to the second half, completely different teams, Justin.
Absolutely, and I think Bridges said something in the locker room, and they definitely whipped it into shape. They got this game. A lot to work on in practice, but it's a long season. They got another 19 games. I think they can do it. I think they have the potential to be a way better team than they were last season. And, you know, it's only going to go up from there. They got Ebert. They got a young team. They're all going to be back next year, or at least most of them. And they'll be great. I can't wait to look forward to this season.
And that's it. They'll dribble it out. First game of the season, first win of the season for the Lake Orion Lady Dragons, beating the Lutheran Northwest Crusaders 46-39. We talked about it time and time again. Second half, completely different story for Lake Orion. They had key buckets by Madeline Ebert, the freshman playing on the varsity. She looks like she belongs here, in control on offense and defense, applying that pressure. Justin, this was a lot of fun. So a lot of things to work on, obviously, in between games here for Lake Orion. But if you're Coach Bob Bridges, you really, really got to like what you've seen from your young team.
Dave, I think we take this W and with a smile on our face, and we enjoy tonight, but there's a lot to work on. And I think Bob knows what he's doing. I think Coach Bridges will get in there, work these girls hard, and they'll do a lot better than they did last year. A lot of improvement, and definitely looking forward to this year.
Well said. I'm Dave Siseski for my partner, Justin Dirks. You're watching the ONTV broadcast opener for the Lake Orion Lady Crusaders. They win a tough ball game tonight, 46-39. Have a great one.